Hey everyone, welcome back to the SunnySide. I'm Sonny, and I have a very cool video for you guys today. Now, just to let you know, this video is going to be, it might be a little stretchy, so you might want to watch it on fast forward. There is a bit of an art component to it that I think you're really going to dig. And today, I want to show you what the path of Venus looks like astrologically. I think you're gonna dig it. Okay, now before we do that, let me settle in here. Once again, fast forward, blah blah blah. What do you need to know? I'm a professional astrologer, and when you're ready for a personal reading, check it out in the description box below. If you have any comments, leave it in the description. Leave it in the comment section. When you're ready for a personal reading, contact me. And we have a really cool app out on your phone. It's the SunnySide Astrology app. There are links for all of that in the description box. All right, let's get down to it. So here's what happened. So today, and I'm going to show you guys this in the chart in a sec. And we're using a different computer because I'm using the Pro software today. So I usually broadcast from the Mac. I'm recording on the PC, so it's going to be a little different looking. All right, enough. So here we go. So I started off this morning, I thought, you know what, maybe I'll do another compatibility video for you guys. Most people, when they talk about compatibility, keep in mind this is about Venus, and I'm going to show you something really neat, so stick to the end. So here we go. So I was going to make a compatibility video for you guys, and most people, when they talk about compatibility in astrology, they talk about sun sign compatibility, obviously. Is Aries compatible with Libra, something like that, or is, or they do a Venus sun thing or a Venus moon thing, or they go moon sign compatibility or something like that. SunnySide's a little different here. I'm a professional astrologer, and I'm supposed to show you guys some neat stuff. And today I'm going to show you some neat stuff. So watch for that video. So what happened? Let me continue. Get a little. It's fun. So what happened was, I was going to do a video on adjacent signs. Why are adjacent signs? Why are they always attracting? Like, why does an Aries and a Pisces get along? How can they get along well? Or signs that seem so different, like you would never think a Taurus and an Aries would get along well, or a Taurus and a Gemini. How do they get along well? And there's a reason for that, and the reason is Venus and Mars. Venus, which is the planet of attraction and love and rapport, only moves a certain distance, only moves like one and a bit sign on either direction of the sun. So if you're in Aries, it's highly probable that your Venus is either in Pisces, Aries, or Taurus. Pretty simple. And so you're naturally going to love or radiate affection with those kind of signs. It's quite interesting. Most of the time when we talk about sun sign astrology, or we talk about Western astrology, we're talking in terms of, people say the opposite sign is, your true love kind of sign, or your sign that completes you, so to speak. Or someone will say the sign that's in the 5 houses away, your astral sector of love and romance, and as such, signs with similar elements get along well together because, because like Saggy like to have fun, and, Aries like to have fun, and, and Pisces is moody, and like Scorpio's moody, and Cancer is definitely moody, and, Aquarius is cool and chill, and Libra is cool and chill, so it's easy to say that, and we usually do say that, but you'll see, and I'll pull it up right now. I'm reluctant to do this because I think I might mess it up, but here we go. Check this action out. So if we go like this, so this, we'll clean this up in a little bit. So this, let's animate this here. And there's a little bit more that I want to show you. It's not just this. This is just the explanation, and this will be in the next video as well. So in this situation, I'm just going to show an example of Venus here. Venus, and I'm not sure if you can see the cursor, so I'll just take a quick picture and I'll highlight it for you. So in this chart right here, Venus is here, and the sun is here, and the earth is way down here. This is your regular zodiac chart, what it looks like. And there's something else I want to show you. So Venus is going to move from about here to about here. That's a little messy, right? Let's clean this up. So Venus is going, you'll see Venus travel from about here to here. And that's pretty much as far as it travels away from the sun. So naturally, if your sun is in, say, Aries right now, you know, if your Venus is here, you're going to dig a Taurus. That's also how you get, so when you hear people say things like say, for example, your sun is in Cancer, for example, but your Venus is down in Aries, you know, they'll say, well, you know, I'm a Cancer, but I like to have fun, you know, I could be a Cancer. I'm not a Cancer, I'm a Scorpio. But you could get a Cancer who's a bit of a drama queen, you know, seriously. Or if your Venus is here, you can have a Cancer who's a bit of a brainer Cancer, a Cancer who likes to ask a lot of questions. Moreover, and I'm not going to show it today because we're going to do something about Venus. Moreover, the planet Mercury behaves in a similar fashion. So you could definitely have your sun right here in Cancer, but you know, maybe your Mercury is in Leo. Maybe you're a drama queen, you know, or maybe it's over in Cancer, and maybe you're a chatty crab. Not Gemini doesn't necessarily mean chatty; it means curious. And so it's very easy when you see this, how it's not necessarily that you're going to stay. So it's very easily. So the signs, individual sun signs, have a much more of a greater dynamic than you would normally realize. In addition to that, Venus is the planet of love and attraction. So when Venus moves in that area, you're gonna be digging that kind of vibe. It's how you relate. In addition to that, so that's the deal. So if this is your chart right here, and you're in Aries with your Venus in Taurus, you're going to really dig towards people, and you're going to want to relate in a Taurus kind of way. In addition to that, if your Mercury, let's say your Mercury was in Taurus as well, then you're always going to communicate in a very Taurus-y kind of way, and you're going to want to talk about the guy's sun. And who doesn't like when you know, a partner that talks about them all the time? Just it. As an arrogant double Scorpio, I'm all for it. All right, so that's the deal with all of that. Next, let's get down to Venus, and I'll show you guys what it looks like right here. It's pretty neat. Okay, so this is not the chart. This is what we're going to get to in a second. So, as you'll see, Venus, and I'm going to move this forward in weeks. You can see Venus is going to move forward, and then it's going to, and the farthest that it gets away from the sun is right about 17, 18, 24, and then it gets just peaks into Gemini, and when the sun is in Aries, so it gets just leaving Aries, so it's about 30, 45 degrees, 45, 46 degrees, and that's as far as away as it gets. And then you're going to see Venus is going to start creeping this way now. Venus is going to go retrograde, and then Venus moves back this way. Pretty neat. And then it makes it to that distance away, and then it creeps back. And that's it. That's it. And you'll see Venus will go back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. And that's what it does. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. All right, now, let's explain. I want to explain something else to you. Venus is known as the morning star and the evening star, depending on which side of the sun that it's on. Now, let's put it over here. Let's put the sun first. So over here, and let's put some space between it so it's easy. So on this side of the chart over here, and let's take a picture and show, and so I'll scribble on it for you guys. So on this side of the chart over here, this is the horizon. That's your sun rises there. This is the east, and this is the west, and this is where the sun sets. And so you'll see the sun is setting before Venus. When the sun sets, sunset rises in the east, sets in the west. When the sun sets in the west, before Venus does, so this is nighttime, right? The sun is below the horizon, it's nighttime, and the first thing you see over here is Venus, and that's what they call the evening star. Spell much, Sonny? No, evenings. Whatever, man. Whatever. Not spelling, but this isn't a spelling lesson. All right. So that's the deal. This is the evening star right here when the sun precedes Venus through the horizon. All right, everybody cool? Everybody cool? Which is in addition. So that's how it looks. That's how it looks. That's the deal. And you'll see right here as we move it across the zodiac. Now there may be an alternate interpretation of this. Maybe I'm getting it all wrong. I'm mixing it up. I've been doing a lot of this stuff today. I misspeak sometimes. Now in this situation, this is the same thing, except rising. So this is now sunrise. Check it out. The sun, okay, so this is still the east. This is still the west. The sun is rising over the horizon. And this is you looking that way. The sun is rising. And when the sun rises, before Venus rises, Venus is the evening star. You guys got that? You guys cool with that? Next. Next. When now when let's move this forward now. Now when Venus is on this side of the sun, and Venus rises. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have a good day. Okay. When Venus, this is the horizon here. Once again, this is the east. This is you. You know, this is checking things out this way. This is when Venus rises before the sun, right? Rises before the sun. We call this the morning star. This is the morning star. Everybody cool? When Venus rises across the horizon before the sun, we call it the morning star. All right. Now, why is this important? Ooh! All right, check this action out. So this is called the morning star. Now, there's an interesting thing. When we study a tarot, you'll see that in the tarot cards, we have these things that are called coins. One of the suits, so to speak, are called so to speak, are called the coins. And I'm looking for a particular one right here so it's easy for you to see. And it's not just, some decks call them coins, and other decks, okay, let's lose this now. Okay. Now, some decks call them coins, and other decks call them pentacles. And pentacles tend to be Venus energy. In astrology, Venus is the planet of love and attraction. And there are different types of astrology out there. Like, I'm a predictional astrology or a mundane astrologer. So, what kind of words am I using today? And so, I don't really specialize in, like, astrology will answer, who am I? And what's going to happen to me. I don't specialize in the who am I. That's like psychological astrology. And many, like most of the people out there specialize in psychological astrology, just trying to describe who you are. I write horoscopes. It's a dying art, but I write horoscopes. I like to do it. And I focus on predictive astrology. Just saying, neither here nor there. And in predictive astrology, Venus is used for what we're going to attract. So if Venus is in the second house, you're going to attract money, so to speak. If Venus is in, here, I'll scribble it down and I'll show you. So if Venus, right here, this guy, this is a different chart, by the way. I'll explain this in a second. If Venus is here, you might attract cars or computers, or something good might happen to one of your brothers or sisters. If you attract if your Venus is here in the 5th house, that's the 5th house of love and harmony and relationships. It's also babies and making babies. Venus in the 5th house, you might get pregnant. Venus in the 5th house, attracting a lot of love. Venus over here in the 2nd house is going to attract a lot of money. Naturally, you'll find people just give you stuff. Venus in the 1st house, people tend to have this remarkable rapport about them. People that gravitate to people in the 1st house. People with Venus in the 9th house tend to travel a lot, or they're teachers, or they make money teaching. And, you know, Venus in the 8th house means you could possibly inherit some money. Venus in the 7th house, you could possibly marry somebody rich. Venus in the 6th house, someone will, you know, you're good with pets. You know, there's a lot of different ways. There's more to it than that. But that's generally how you would use a Venus. All right. All right, great, Sonny. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right, let's get back to it. So what are we doing today? What do you want to show everybody? So I just showed you this chart right here. Because there's a little bit more to astrology than that. There's someone was talking to me about Venus doesn't necessarily represent like good or bad or anything. Like people like, and you'll have to watch my live streams for this, because even though there are really good things that Venus presents you with, there can also present you some really negative things. Like if there's too much Venus, it's going to make things too easy. You're going to get lazy. If it's too much Venus, you know, like if Venus is in your 7th house of relationships, but like it might, you know, if there's depending on how it's aspect and what's going on in your life, you'd be like, hey, Sonny, I'm supposed to get married right now. You told me to get, or no, man, like it could mean that there's no drama in your relationships. You're not in a relationship with anyone because everyone around you is going to cause problems. Or so maybe there's no, in the 5th house, there's no love, or there's no children. You're not attracting children or anything. There's a possibility that something happened. Or Venus in the 4th house is going to give you a break on your rent. But one of the ways you get a break on your rent is getting evicted. And so you got to watch out and take everything with a grain of salt. Just like things like Saturn, it's supposed to be a negative planet. Not necessarily. Saturn is hard work and dedication. So if Saturn's in the 2nd house, you're going to get money, but it's going to come from hard work. And so so that's the deal. And Saturn, anyways, let's get on with it. Forget about Saturn. Venus, again, is known as the evening star and the morning star. So let's get back to it. This chart here that we're looking at right now is it's a geocentric chart. This is an Earth-based chart. Now, we're going to switch it around, and we're going to use heliocentric astrology now. So right now, down here, I'm going to put these together. Well, I'll go to the other chart. So down here, and this is just the first day that we're going to use in this chart. Down here, so this is no longer, okay, so down here, this is the Earth, and this is the Venus, and this is from, instead of an Earth perspective, we're kind of taking it from a Sun perspective. Instead of, so that's what's going on. Okay, so that's what's going on. Are you guys with me so far? Everything making a bit of sense? You might want to fast forward. All right, Sonny, we get it. So what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? What's the deal with this morning star? Why is, you know, who else is known as the morning star? Like Lucifer is known as the morning star, right? Like, I think the Latin term for the Latin meaning of morning star is Lucifer. So that's what I think. Well, that's what the Latin term is. And remember, Venus, if you have too much Venus, you're going to get lazy. Too much Venus, you're going to get gluttonous. Too much Venus, you're going to, lazy, gluttonous. You're going to become vain. So you got to take it all in. So it goes. There's more to it than that. Anyways, here we go. I want to show you the path of Venus and what it looks like. Let's draw the number 1, and we're going to show where Venus lines up with the Earth. And it's starting off at 12 degrees Sagittarius. That's our number 1. All right? 12 degrees Sagittarius. All right, cool, Sonny. We with you. We get it. Let's see what this is. All right, we're on the journey. Okay, so this is Earth-based. This is a heliocentric chart. All right, let's move it forward. Okay. All right, so we're starting right here. So let's move forward to the next 5 seconds. We're going to go around the circle and then come down here again. Right there. Okay, go back. For back here. So right here. January 8, 2022. It's 18 degrees Cancer. Let's put that on our chart. And 18 degrees Cancer is right about here. Right about here. This is Cancer. That's about 18 degrees, 10 degrees, 8 degrees. And we'll put number 2 there. Next. All right, take out one. Next. Slide forward. Swing around. The next one you jump is going to be 19 degrees Aquarius. Down here at the bottom, 19 degrees Aquarius. So 5 Aquarius over here, and this is Aquarius, and 19 degrees is right around here. This is 19 degrees Aquarius. We'll get number 3. 19 degrees Aquarius. All right, so we're going to show you the path of the one. All right, this is neat stuff. If you know it already, go ahead, leave it in the comment section and tell your friends. This is what it's like, why it's like, all the studies study out there. I'll have anything to do with it. I'll tell you later. But I do say it's astrology. I do my astrology. Next, 2 degrees Libra. So 2 degrees Libra is here. 2 degrees is right down here. So let's start 1 degree 4. This is 2 degrees Libra. Yeah, all of that. 2 degrees. What's the point? So we got it. All right, 2 degrees Libra down, and 0 degrees Taurus is the next one. That's right here. 0 degrees Taurus. That's 5. And one more. Whoops. Spin around. It's gonna come back to Sagittarius. Here we go. 10 degrees Sagittarius right at the bottom. All right, move out of it. This is Sagittarius here, right here. That means this is Sagittarius right here. This is 12 degrees Sagittarius, 10 degrees right side. It's right here. That means it's number 6. All right. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Do. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. So that's the star. So that's it. That's the pentagram. Venus, the path of Venus in astrology is the pentagram, the 5-pointed star. Not the Star of David. The Star of David is, that's not the Star of David. The Star of David is 2 triangles. All right? It's not the Star of David. It's the pentagram, which is Venus. That's the path of Venus. That's one of the places that it's found. I don't know if that's the origin of it, but that's where it's found. Pretty cool, huh? Let's see. Okay, now if you give me 1 second, so I think that's really cool. So that's what it looks like. Tell all your friends how cool that is. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Let's erase all of this, and let's see if I can pull it up and show it to you guys in real time. Here we go. All right, here we go. So, I hope this starts at the beginning. We can see it again. Here we go. This is what it looks like in real time. This is lunarplanner.com. And that's it. That's the path of Earth and Venus. It's when they line up. How cool is that? Anyways, it kind of makes sense. I think it makes sense. I don't know, maybe it doesn't make sense to you guys. I think it makes sense. Anyways, that's the deal with the Venus thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it's all super cool with you. Maybe, watch it on fast forward, tell your friends, and be super cool. And that's the action. If anybody wants to learn more about astrology, obviously I teach this stuff online. And, welcome to TheSunnySide. Please download the app. Please subscribe to the channel and be super cool. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sonny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a super day. And I'll see you guys soon.